Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Today, we're going to be taking a look at a clip of a fat activist saying losing weight will not make you happy. She goes on to say that all the perks that come from weight loss, such as more energy, confidence, etc., will not happen. We're also going to be taking a look at several bonus clips, including one where somebody says your fat phobia is hurting you more than anybody else, and another one where somebody says if you lost weight when you were formerly body positive, it proves that you were never body positive. So be sure to stick around until the end. Please be sure to check out my merch store where you can purchase my brand new Really sticker where I'm making the classic Really face. Stick these around your house to confuse and scare your friends, family, and pets today. Before we proceed, please click the like button so that I may apply comb to mustache.
Some of the most unhappy kinds of fat people are former fat people.
Okay, so they're not fat currently.
People that have lost a lot of weight, that spent some of their life fat, maybe a lot of their life fat, and are not fat anymore. In my experience, those people never get to a point in which they're happy with their body. They never get to a point in which...
In your experience, other people losing weight did not make them happier.
They've reached the right weight and they feel attractive. They feel like they've made it and they can be loved now and they can have the kind of life that they want. It just doesn't happen.
How would you know? So in your experience, other people's weight loss never makes them happier or has any positive outcomes. In my experience, learning Spanish isn't even worth it. Oh yeah, do you know Spanish? Have you ever learned any Spanish whatsoever? No, but it looks like it sucked. Okay, why do you have an opinion on this matter?
And the thing that does happen is that they realize that it's unattainable. So when you're fat, you can kind of like have this...
Except for all the people that did attain it.
Myth of what it would be like to be thin and have all these like thoughts that if you got thin, then you would have this, this, and that. You would have a relationship and you would have a job and you would have love and you'd have good sex and you'd have a body. A
relationship, a job, love, good sex. All those things are attainable. Okay, I don't want to get too personal or whatever, but yeah, that part is a lot better as well. You know, when like parts of us can come together in an easier way. I'm not going to explain it. But excess adipose tissue can definitely get in the way, and no longer having that means we could do all kinds of stuff. We could come over this way. We could go over here. We could do one of these. Whoa! Oh, girl, the things we could do. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to be weird. It's a little too late for that, isn't it? I can't really take that back. Damn it. I could edit that out, but I shan't. Coming down at you from the top ropes.
You could show off, but more times than not, in my experience, people that lose a lot of weight don't get those things.
In your experience, other people's weight loss doesn't quite work out. What do you mean? Maybe we should ask those people because it's actually their experience, because they're the ones that did it. You mean your opinion on somebody else's experience? There, I went ahead and fixed that for you because it's not your experience.
They still dislike their body. They still want to be in a different body.
I don't think so. Not the people that I've met. Sure, a lot of the times when you lose weight, you're not going to have a perfect body like you wanted. There's going to be some excess skin or this or that, and we're going to have to learn to accept those parts of ourselves. If we have a little bit of excess skin or something doesn't look quite right, that's fine. We're going to have to learn to accept that. It's still way better than the obese body that could barely move through the world. And how do you know they're not any happier now with this different body? That contradicts the things that I've heard from people that have actually lost weight. People that I've spoken to directly. They're not like, I don't even like myself anymore now. Psh, that wasn't even worth it. That's not how they speak at all, dude.
And that is because they are not the problem. Their body is not the problem. It is obviously beauty standards and fat phobia that's the problem. So
clearly,
it's not a problem they can fix, even by changing their body, even by fixing their body. They're still in a world that has European beauty standards, has a certain kind of thin person that is seen as beautiful.
Well, people are allowed to be attracted to whatever they want. We shouldn't sit back and complain about the beauty standards. That's really bitter. So when we complain about the beauty standards, what's the solution? Tell everybody to be into something different from now on. Does that even work? We can all pretend to be into this thing, but if we're not, what are we even doing? It's fine that not everybody is into us and we don't fit whatever beauty standard. The beauty standards don't matter, actually. Each individual has a different idea of what they think is hot. Find somebody that's actually into you and don't worry about trying to change everybody's mind and force them to be into something that they're not.
And they never reach where they're trying to go because they can't get to where they're trying to go.
They never reach to where they're trying to go because they can't get to where they're trying to go. What? Okay, well, I don't understand that at all. But like I said repeatedly, how would you know? From what I've seen, this weight loss thing looks like it sucks. Really? That's weird. That's not what I've heard from countless people that have lost weight, so maybe you should get out more. Why do you think so many people lose weight? If it sucks and it doesn't make anything better, like, it doesn't make any sense. It's a whole lot of work to lose weight once you get to a certain size, so why are people going through all that work and having to do all this stuff if it sucks so much to lose weight? Who knows? Maybe you should ask them, actually, since they've done it. Next.
Fat phobia is hurting you more than it's hurting anyone else. You might
It is.
be hurting other people's feelings by being nasty to them, but the reality is that when you externalize that hate, it reflects back on you. We know that you are fat phobic because you hate yourself, and I know that personally.
Okay, if somebody was going around and making fun of people living in a larger body, I would agree.
Because I was fat phobic as a fat person because I hated myself, and I thought the only way to lose weight was to hate fat people so much that it was unbearable, and also to kind
Okay, well, that's a very bizarre weight loss technique. I wouldn't recommend that.
of be like someone who's being bullied but is like, yeah, but I agree with you, so it's not as bad, right? When you put
I don't think anybody's agreeing with being bullied.
hate out into the world, it comes back to you. When you are constantly angry with people, your life is unpleasant. In order
What the hell are you talking about? Shut up! Shut up, all of you! Shut up! Oh, I should calm down, you're saying? A little bit? Maybe? Take a chill pill, as it were?
to have a better life, to feel mentally healthier, to be happier, regardless of what size you are, you need to undo that fat phobia. And
Well, if you're going around making fun of people's physical appearance, knock it off. Your insecurity is showing.
in the process, you'll also be a better person, you'll be more compassionate, and you won't be as angry.
Nothing can take away my rage, madam.
Honestly, why would you want your life to be full of hate? Why?
Because I'm bored. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not full of hate. Hopefully that comes through in these videos. I'm full of apathy and confusion.
Why would you want to not accept someone because of how they look? We know that's wrong. If you would like tips on how to undo your internalized fat phobia, let me know, because I did a ton of work on this for myself.
Okay, so if you go around making fun of larger people, you have internalized fat phobia. I don't know if she was saying that, like, as a larger person yourself going around making fun of people, or if you want to lose weight or change yourself, you have internalized fat phobia. I think it was probably that one. I don't know. I started spacing out and thinking about cats halfway through that. It happens. Next.
Post a while back about how I personally enjoy being fat, because to me there's a lot of benefits.
You made a post a while back about how you enjoy being fat because there are a lot of benefits. Sorry to repeat it.
I am so tired of
Me too. You know what can help with our energy levels? Some lifestyle change. Oh, you didn't mean that way.
being nice to people about that post. Like, it's a celebration post for fat people. If you're not there to celebrate us, get the out.
Okay, people are giving you a hard time when you made a post talking about how you like being fat. I went and looked for that post, and I could not find it anywhere, dang it.
I don't care if you are a fat person getting skinny, if you're a former fat person, I don't give a shit. If you're not there to celebrate, get the out. This page isn't for you.
I don't celebrate a whole lot of things. I don't celebrate people, places, ideas. I don't really do a whole lot of that. If we succeed, perhaps we should celebrate. Celebrating people just for existing is kind of bizarre. We're fluffing people's egos up a lot, and they don't really deserve it, I feel. We shouldn't be making people feel like they're special just by being in whatever body they're in or whatever. People are already egotistical and self-centered and narcissistic enough.
My posts aren't for you.
Like I said, I couldn't find the post she was just referencing where she was talking about the benefits of being fat. She must have taken it down or something. I don't know. Next.
You can tell when somebody was not about the plus size community when as soon as they hit below a size 14, they do not care about inclusivity. They're working with every brand that stops at like a large. They're not talking about airplanes.
They're not talking about airplanes. Oh my goodness, that just cut off abruptly. Okay, so once somebody gets below a size 14, they stop caring about inclusivity. So you mean they stop demanding that brands make larger sizes beyond a 14? Because why would you? If I'm a size 14, why would I go on a quest to make sure that JCPenney carries up into a size 18? Like, why would I care? Because I need to prove to fat activists how much I actually care. I don't need to prove anything to anybody. Like, that's the cool thing about not pretending to be all virtuous and stuff. You don't have to do any of this stuff. I'm not the type of person to pretend to care about stuff that I don't care about just to look virtuous in front of all these other people. Personally, for me, I think that's sociopathy. Once you get below a size 14, you stop talking about airplanes, man. Dang it. That's the worst part about weight loss, man, is when people stop talking about airplanes. We used to have so many good conversations, man, centered around aircraft and whatnot, and now? Shh. Next.
So some guy in New York wants me to come play squash with him, and not like the British sport squash, but like the American fat girl sport squash.
Okay, let me go ahead and translate that. I believe I'm picking up what you're laying down. Some gentleman would like to pay you to sit on him, because this is the world we're currently living in. Okay, go on.
First of all, like, that's just not... Listen, I've done it before, and I've gotten paid good for it.
All right, what's our price tag?
But it always happens organically. I've never, like, scheduled anything on...
How does that happen organically? Oh my God, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? Hi, how's it going? Nice to meet you. Lovely weather we're having, huh? Yeah, how's it going? Nice to meet you. This is a lovely plus-size fashion convention that we're meeting at, isn't it? It truly is. Look at all this wonderful plus-size fashion. If I paid you, would you sit on me? Yeah, man, it's really nice to see all the inclusive... What? Yeah, I just figured since we're both here enjoying all the plus-size fashion that perhaps you would sit on me for a sum. You know, like I'll pay you money and then you sit on me until I can barely breathe. The safe word will be Cheetos. Well, this is weird as hell, but luckily it's happening organically. This is this is all just happening in a normal way. Okay, I begrudgingly accept. You know how sometimes you're kicking it with somebody and they're like, "Oh yeah, by the way, would you sit on me for money, please?" You know how sometimes that conversation just comes up
online. Like, I'm really debating going and playing squash with this guy in New York, and obviously I'm gonna get like the flight and the hotel covered. I didn't know about pricing, you guys. Like,
$10K. This is very weird. It's very sketch. It's gonna make us feel very uncomfortable. $10K. Unless you can get him to go higher. If he'll do 20, start off at 20. Yes. Start off at 20 and maybe whittle him down to 10. Nothing less than 10. This is freaking weird. There's an upcharge for that. I'm going to have to charge you more for that. We'll do it, but but we're going to charge you.
girls who do play squash professionally, like, don't really post their, pricing menu.
Start off at 20. Maybe auction them on down to 10 or whatever. Maybe you can go higher. I don't know. Feel out the situation. All right, maybe we need to feel this guy out to see how rich he is. Ask him what his favorite brand of golf clubs is. If he doesn't have an answer, he can't afford this, baby. He can't afford all this. I'm sorry.
Publicly, because obviously, like, that's an issue. So I kind of just had to throw a figure out there. If anyone in the industry wants to share their figures with me, my inbox is open, please. Because
what number did you come up with?
I had no idea. So I'm really thinking about doing this, and I have this lawyer friend who I kind of like consult for things,
For this kind of thing? Oh man, my lawyer would be tripped out if I brought up this kind of stuff. Like, man, what? Stop asking for my advice on stuff that has nothing to do with the law, man.
And he's very well aware of the scene and all of the things that go on in it, so he's a pretty good sounding board. And the guy that would be playing squash with me, he like let me know he wants to like cry.
Oh, okay, all right, man. Shit is getting so weird. Let's go 30K. Yeah. You want to cry and stuff? That's very strange. That's going to make me feel very weird. So, about 30K should make me feel better. That's so weird, bro. Oh my God. At least he's letting you know ahead of time.
And I'm like, bet, okay.
Oh my goodness.
Obviously, like that's, I should really like have it in writing that like that's what he wants and that like that's what we're doing. And
probably, maybe. If we're doing some kind of wacky stuff for money, maybe we should have it all laid out clearly in writing beforehand, and all parties should sign it, as well as a non-disclosure agreement. I would definitely recommend an NDA for this.
That's the plan, just to cover my own ass. And so my lawyer friend was like, do you want me to draft up like an agreement?
Yes.
And I'm like,
do it.
Please. Yes, please. So here I am, a content creator. And
God, that's funny as hell. You're gonna show up to this dude's house with a contract. It's like, yes, I will sit on you. Yes, you will cry. No, I'm not putting anything up your butt.
In my 30s, talking to my attorney friend who's gonna write me up an agreement so that I can go play squash with some rando in New York. Anyways, I hope it works out. I threw a pretty hefty number out there. Wish me luck.
Okay, well, I hope you did put a pretty hefty number out there. I would have gone 30K once he mentioned that he wanted to cry. Like, you're weird. This is weird. This will make me feel very uncomfortable. So, yeah, of course we'll do it, but it'll be 30K now. I am so curious to see what her number was. If you end up seeing this video, please tell me in a comment below what you ended up charging this dude. I have to know, dude. I have to know. So that last one was hilarious. And like I said, I don't blame her at all. I'll go sit on you, bro. 10, 20, 30 grand, whatever. You will not look me in the eyes, though. That's forbidden. So besides that last one, obviously I disagree with all of the aforementioned, but what do you think? Will weight loss not make you happy and it comes with literally no benefits? Is your fat phobia hurting you more than anybody else? And how much would you charge to go play a game of squash with somebody? Leave a comment below. Happy Tuesday, everybody. Anyway, that about does it. Thanks for watching, commenting, liking, and subscribing. And I'll see you in the next one.